I just finished my first Ironman, and pretty much nothing went the way I planned, but I'm kind of glad it didn't. I woke up at 3 a.m. after maybe 2 hours of restless sleep, got to the transition area at 4:30, and they announced that the swim was canceled, which was a major bummer since it's my best event. So we started with a time trial bike start, and it rained almost the entire ride, with brutal headwinds the last 10 miles. I saw so many people wipe out, and right toward the end of the bike, the sun came out and it got super humid. I tried to get ahead of it by slamming a bunch of fluids and gels during the transition, which was a bad move. I threw up at mile 2. My heart rate spiked, I felt nauseous, and it was way hotter than what I'm used to training in. So I made a choice to slow down and stop worrying about my pace. I grabbed some ice, ate some solid food, and decided to put a smile on my face, because that's what I could control. Because you don't get to control the weather. You don't get to control how your body reacts, and you don't get to control if the day goes your way. But you do get to control how you show up. You do get to control your mindset every single time. So when your mind tells you to quit, try reframing it, because your mind will try to quit long before your body ever does. And honestly, that's why I chase stuff like this, to prove to myself that I'm more capable than I think. And so are you. I just ran my first Ironman 70.3 here in Panama City Beach, if you could even call it that. Technically, the swim got canceled, so I guess it's a 70.3 minus 1.2. I'm so scatterbrained right now. 69.1. I didn't fully get the chance to reflect on last weekend until now, and I wanted to lay this out before Scatterbrain Noah, 5 hours post Ironman, shares his perspective. For me, last weekend symbolized my journey as a creator more than it did becoming an Ironman. I'm not going to downplay that win. I'm proud of it. I trained 9 months for it, but I poured way more time, energy, and effort into this YouTube channel all the way back since January of 2024. And when I started, I wasn't good. And just last week, I hit 10,000 subscribers. And this week, I'm at almost 16,000, which is just so insane to think about. I've always believed that if I could just get a little better every single day, that eventually it would start to click. And I've come to learn that just starting something isn't the hard part. The first step might be uncomfortable, but anyone can go to the gym for a week. The real challenge lies in between, when nothing's working. When you're showing up, giving everything you've got, and it still feels like you're stuck. And I wish I had some nuanced advice or clever hacks to get through that. But you just have to keep going. Wake up, give it your best, and take one step. Most days it won't feel like enough. Some days it'll feel like you're going nowhere, and it's tough to believe in yourself when it feels like nothing's working. But self-belief isn't handed to you, it's earned through action, through relentless, unshakable consistency. And every day you cast a vote for the type of person that you want to be. And the more votes you stack, the more you start to believe. And I think signing up for something you never thought you could do is one of the fastest ways to build that belief, because you become the person capable of doing the thing, and more importantly, the one who did it. And once you do, you can't really doubt yourself anymore. And I think fitness is a great way to learn that, because it's measurable, and long-term consistency inevitably brings results. So set a lofty goal that sounds insane, and chip away at it, and see what happens when you finally start believing that you can do anything. And with that, I'll let Scatterbrain Noah take it from here. In this video, I'm gonna go through all of my thoughts about the race, post-race, and kind of just a general yap sesh too, because it's been too long since I've done a long-form YouTube video. I think in general, I am just really excited about what's kind of next for my career, for this YouTube channel. I just hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I don't know, like in the last month, that's probably jumped 3,000 subscribers. And the first 3,000 took like 15 months, you know? And this weekend, it's been really cool because a lot of my followers and subscribers are really into triathlons, because I make a lot of content about my Ironman triathlon progression, whatever. So I'm kind of in this space where I almost have like niche fame. It's really cool because it's starting to feel like it's really working. I'm starting to feel the power of compounding consistency in my life. And the external result coming along with it has just been really cool. For a long time, it didn't feel like it was working, and it felt like I was throwing so many different things at the wall and nothing was really sticking. But it's gonna start sticking. Like, you have to start believing that, and the way you start believing it is acting in accordance to that belief, right? Like, you just have to start doing the thing, and then you kind of have no choice but to start believing. Because with enough consistency, with enough action, with enough fortitude to continue to go through it without knowing what's going to happen, if you keep doing the thing, you create a situation where your mind has no choice but to believe that thing. Force yourself to believe by being the person that does the thing. And I think that's so applicable to fitness, to whatever like weird, crazy dream you might have. Because, I don't know, like if you really start doing it and you're actually doing it and you're not BSing it and you're not like half-assing it and you're really putting in the most possible effort you can to improve yourself, to start the business, to do whatever, if you put in enough reps and you do it for a long enough time, eventually it will work, for sure. But the cooler part, the more important part in my opinion, is that eventually you have no choice but to start believing that you are that person. And when you start believing, it kind of changes your life. I can tell it to you. You can affirm yourself and say that I am a confident person or whatever, but like none of that stuff really works, man. You just have to keep doing it. You just have to keep doing the thing. And eventually you'll start believing it, and eventually it'll start working. I don't know, I literally, that's kind of not exactly the point of this video, but that's been kind of a major takeaway of this weekend, is just, it's starting to feel like everything's clicking. And that's just so exciting. I don't want that to get to my head. I want to use that sort of as, I need to hold myself to a standard. And as I kind of get more of a following, I just need to keep upping that standard because it's impacting more people. And I just want to create the best content possible. And I want to create content that helps people get through whatever they're going through. And like part of my shtick, I think, is I talk through what I'm going through, and hopefully that helps you. My point on the race. What is my point on the race? What am I trying to say? This particular Ironman, the swim got canceled. I didn't really get any sleep the night before. I didn't really do nutrition very well throughout the race. I finished despite all those things. Everything's not always going to go according to plan. The one thing you can control throughout it all is your mindset. You can put a smile on your face. You can smile through the pain. You can make things happen despite it feeling like everything is stacked up against you. Wait, I'm going to see if my mom has anything to say. I'm making a long form video. Do you want to add any thoughts to the podcast? I don't even know what it is at this point. Just kind of talking about the weekend, talking about my mindset, talking about how I feel like the YouTube thing is starting to work.
Did you talk about that people were recognizing him?
Yeah, that was kind of like the major sort of very exciting revelation that it's just like it's starting to work.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
I felt like I was part of the paparazzi.
Yeah,
Your entourage.
It's very weird for someone to come up to me and say, "Are you Noah Anderson?" That like kind of tripped me out.
It was tripping.
That is tripping.
But I think that you've been very calm during all this, so I don't know. I'm only going to glaze.
Trying to be calm. Yeah,
My
it also
type A boy finally chilled out.
That's a stretch.
No.
But speaking of the view, one other point I wanted to make. Obviously, I did this vacation. I did this whole like triathlon thing because I'm just really into like triathlons now. But the other reason I did it is because I wanted to create a lot of content around it. And I don't know, it feels like it's a moment in which I'm starting to bet on myself more, monetarily, time-wise, like everything. And it's just, it's exciting. It's starting to work. There was one more thing I wanted to say. Final point. Start believing in yourself. And the way you start believing in yourself is keep doing the thing. Keep doing the thing for an extraordinary period of time. You will start to create self-belief because you have no choice but to start believing it.
Bring your mom along so she figures out to untie your shoes and dry them out. They are dripping. They're so wet.
All right, y'all. Love you all. Thank you for 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully I edit this video and it doesn't just stay on my computer. Peace.